Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so thrilled that you are here. And as you know, we are discussing everything emotional healing. It's so good just to be able to share some of the lessons that I've learned over the years of how to live a healthier life by sorting out all the junk, the personal junk that has been inside. And so I hope this has been helping you, and I hope it continues to help you. So as you know, we've been discussing loving yourself and how to do that well, and just how important it is to love ourselves. How when we love ourselves, we create an inner world and an outer world that just reflects peace, goodness, joy, all the good mushy things. That's what happens when we love ourselves well. If you missed last week's topic, we were speaking about what things to stop so that you can love yourself well. You know, so many of us think that we have to pick up things and start doing more things, but sometimes we have to start with stopping and creating space in our lives and getting rid of all that junk so that we can bring in stuff that is good for us. You know, it's just doing a little bit of a spring clean on the inside. And in South Africa, spring is the perfect time to spring clean. So today, we're going to talk about things that we can start to love ourselves better. And loving ourselves better starts with nurturing ourselves, starts with seeing the value that we carry inside. You know, when we nurture ourselves, we're affirming ourselves and saying, hey, Katama, you are worth my time. You are worth my input. You are worth my effort. You're worth my money. You are worth stopping all these things around me that take up all my time so that I can start loving myself better. That's exactly what we're communicating to ourselves. And isn't that such a wonderful gift that you can give yourself today? It's so easy. I mean, in theory, yes, it's so easy. So I'm just going to touch on a few things, nothing too crazy, nothing too hectic, on things that we should start so that we can love ourselves better, things that we can do for ourselves instead of waiting for others to come into our lives and do it for us. It's so much easier to receive love and to function when we are healthy inside, to function in society when we have serviced our own needs first, and then others come in and just, that's like the icing on the cake. As we do for ourselves, we're building a foundation in our lives from which people can come in and out, and there's like no pressure for them to perform or not to perform or whatever. There's just freedom to enjoy each other, and that's what happens when we start doing things for ourselves that nourish ourselves, that build ourselves up, that fill us up. There is enough room in this world for you to compliment yourself, you to affirm yourself, and for others to affirm you. So just before we begin, all of these things are from a nurturing point of view. We need to nurture ourselves first. And essentially, self-nurturing is we take care of our needs. We spend time fulfilling what we need to fulfill, what we need. You know, the love, the acceptance, the joy, whatever it is that we need, we nurture ourselves by doing stuff like that. Also by making good choices, healthy choices for our lives. And I also just want to make it easy. Like, starting things is not about putting pressure on yourself to be better, to perform better, to better, whatever. No, that is too much pressure. Like, take the pressure off yourself and realize that you're not doing this to prove anything to anyone, but you're doing this because it is a need that you have in your life that can be filled. And as you do it, you'll notice that actually all the pressure falls off. You'll see that loving yourself and being comfortable with yourself is such a great place to live from, because there is less pressure to be perfect. There is less pressure to make up for deficits. Like, love fills in all of those deficits that we have, and love tells us that we're okay, we're worth whatever it is, regardless of what anyone else says. It's like that. Some of us don't ever feel enough where we're at and with what we're doing. But then, have you noticed when somebody loves you, even in that place where you don't feel enough, like that automatically makes you feel enough. It makes you feel like, okay, actually, what I've done is good. And that's what love is doing. Love is saying that, hey, I am good. Hey, yes, I may make mistakes. Yes, I may not do things perfectly. Yes, I may not be the world's most fabulous, whoever, whatever. But love is just saying, even though I'm not any of those things, I am still enough. And what I do bring to the table is valid. And that is what you're doing. You're validating yourself and what you do. So let us jump straight in and hit some of these things that we should start. The first thing is that listen to yourself, listen to your body. Do you know that your body, your mind, your heart, your gut, it's talking to you all the time, all day? I guess the only time we listen to ourselves is when we're hungry, because, I mean, I don't know, nobody enjoys starving and that feeling of hunger, but that's an example of your body talking to you, and that's an example of you listening to your body. It's like, I need food, and then you're like, yeah, my body needs food, I'm going to feed it. That's the same with your mind, that's the same with your soul. It all talks to us. Are we listening? Are we paying attention? Some days when we're tired, it's not because we haven't slept. It might be because we had a hectic week. It might be that your body, your mind just needs to slow down a little bit more than what you have been given it. You know, for me, I used to feel sick a lot. And it was because I just never slept. I had insomnia previously. I wouldn't listen to my body and think that this feeling of sickness is it telling me that, hey, it hasn't rested in months and you are running at 150 every day, not taking time to just sit and feel okay with sitting. It is 100% okay just to sit and do nothing. You need it, your body needs it, your mind needs it. We don't understand just all the activities our body gets up to. We don't understand just how much energy it takes to use our brains and our jobs. Like, some days it doesn't feel like we're doing anything, even though we've done a lot. Our body needs the rest. Our body needs to be nurtured. It needs to be taken care of, and it will tell you what it needs. Just pay attention, and if you don't understand, like, talk to people and say, hey, I've been feeling like this. Like, what do you think that may mean? And somebody may tell you, oh, maybe your tiredness is caused by not drinking enough water. Something like that, because I also experienced that. You know, after I'd sorted out my sleeping, I realized I was not getting enough water and my body was tired. I would drink coffee and I'd be even more tired after I drank coffee, and it was just like, no, I want water. And so when I started drinking more water, my body was like, fabulous, I could get through the day easily. So it's just stuff like that, that your body communicates to you and says, hey, I need X, Y, and Z. Are you paying attention? It's just a matter of talking and stopping and paying attention, being brave enough to pay attention to yourself. The next thing is, are you nourishing yourself in the ways you need to? Remember, we are not just body, you know. We only focus on, like, our body is hungry, we need food, I am thirsty, I need something to drink. But it's a little bit more than that. We are mind, body, and soul. So we need to be nourishing every part of us. Our soul is the part, our heart. It's our heart. It's the places that we feel, that we experience life. Like, are we nourishing our heart? Are you doing things that tell your heart, hey, I affirm you and I think your desires are great? And I'm not talking about like bad desires. I'm talking about good desires that leave us feeling fabulous after we've done it. You know, if you are a bookworm, you go and you find a great book and you get stuck in it, and then you're like, ooh, your body's like, yes, your heart's so fulfilled because you gave yourself time to read and do something that stimulates you, that excites you, that all of that helps you better your health. It helps you better your mental health, it helps you better your peace in your heart. So I encourage you, do that. Are you drinking enough water? Some of us neglect just how important it is to drink water. And I was one of those people until my older age, where now I'm like, dang, I need to drink water. And so I drink water. I make sure I'm getting my intake and I'm helping myself drink water. Like, I know water is a weakness, and I'm not beating myself over the head to say, you got to drink more water. No, I'm saying, okay, I need to drink more water. So how am I helping myself do that? By finding lemons so that I can make lemon water, which is much easier to go down than plain water for me. or by like buying sparkling water every now and then because I'm like, oh, the fizzies are fabulous. I really enjoy it. So drink water. Find exciting ways to make your water exciting so that you can drink it, you know? So I totally get that things like drinking water may seem very elementary and like, yeah, my mom told me to drink water. Everybody tells me to drink water. But I think we totally misunderestimate just how powerful drinking water is for ourselves, for our lives, for our bodies. It's these small things that we think are insignificant. It's these small things that we do that actually have a greater impact on our lives. That's why I'm emphasizing drink water. Your body will thank you for it. And if you're getting older in life, your body isn't as resilient as it was when you were younger. So doing things that set you up for success, and success isn't only found in the marketplace, but it's also found just in the everyday things, in having been able to live a healthy life. That is success. By doing those things now, you are setting yourself up for success. And I shouldn't have to emphasize eating the right foods either. And I know everybody says that, but don't make it hard for yourself. Don't do something crazy like going on a vegan diet because plant-based food is the fad and it's really healthy. Don't do that because you're gonna fail unless you have some real rigid discipline that you're able to succeed. Like, take small steps. For instance, when you go out, instead of buying fries, get a salad and get recipes. I guarantee there's some really delicious recipes out there that are healthy for you, that are plant-based, that you will enjoy. You'll be surprised. Recipes help you be creative and help you improve your life. Like, it's simple things like that. Set yourself up to succeed. Don't set yourself up to fail. And so that's what I mean by making simple changes, making small changes. They really do add up in the end. Another thing for nourishing yourself, your mind, body, and soul is exercising or movement. A lot of us live sedentary lives these days, and it's not good for us. It's not good to sit all day or to sleep all day. Your body needs to be active. And it's just as simple as going out for a 5-minute walk. You don't have to run, you don't have to jog, you don't have to do those things that you're not able to do. Or it's as simple as stretching. Like, I used to stretch for 10 minutes every night at one point in my life, and it really helped me clear my mind. It helped me sleep for the 5 minutes that I used to sleep. So there are benefits to different kinds of movement. Your body will just have a little bit more life and it will have a little bit more energy. We think when we do movement we are expanding energy, but we don't realize how much energy we're giving back to ourselves when we move. Our bodies are meant to be active. They were not meant to be sedentary. So don't do that to yourself. Like, loving yourself is that simple. It's as simple as eating right, drinking water, and moving for 5 minutes every day. It's that basic. You find that you improve. You feel a little bit better. You feel like you have a little bit more energy. You feel like you can get through the day. You feel your mental capacity increases. Like, don't underestimate the power of these small, insignificant things. That is what we were talking about nourishing yourself, your mind, your body, your soul, doing things that are beneficial for your life. That's actually telling yourself that you love yourself. When you take care of yourself, well, you're saying, hey, I love me. I always like to use examples of how others love us and how we receive love. When somebody takes care of us, we feel loved. And so that's the very thing that you are doing for yourself. You are loving yourself. You are taking care of yourself. You're doing the things that we want others to do for us. Thirdly, make time for yourself. Do it. I don't care how many excuses you have in the book that you cannot make time for yourself. That's telling yourself that you're not a priority. And I want to tell you that you are a priority. So you are worth making time for. We make time for people to demonstrate that they are priorities in our lives. So why can't we do that for ourselves? Why can't we even schedule a 30-minute time in our week where we get to just be still? And when I mean still, turn that phone off, close the computer, turn the TV off, just be with yourself. I know it's one of the hardest things to do, is being with yourself. So many of us avoid that. We run away with that. Any spare time we have, we are on scrolling social media. You would be surprised and shocked and maybe disgusted a little bit at how much time you spend on social media. I am asking you and telling you, stop. Like, you say you have no time, but every time you pick up your phone to scroll, put it down. I challenge you. I'm giving you this challenge. Every time you open Facebook to whatever you do on Facebook, put your phone down, put your computer down. Like, that is precious moments that you never get back. Like, in the morning, instead of picking up your phone and going through all of the things that are on your phone, like, just take 10 minutes to be with yourself. Put a timer, put an alarm, and just be, and listen to your mind, listen to what your body is saying, listen to what your heart is saying. You'll actually do yourself a service by taking time to hear from yourself. And that goes back to point 1, where I said, listen. Are you listening to yourself? If you don't make time for yourself, you can't listen to yourself. You won't know who you are. You won't know what triggers you, what doesn't trigger you, what excites you, the moods that you're experiencing. You really need to do that, to invest in your life, to have an emotionally healthy life. Most of us underestimate just how powerful being whole is and operating from a whole place in life. That's exactly what I want for you. I want you to operate from a whole place and just see how much more beneficial it is to your life and to yourself and to your relationships and to your work. Like, you will see a shift and a change completely. I experienced this. I went through this. It was like a night and day shift for me, and that's exactly what I want for your life. That is exactly what you can have for your life. By loving yourself. You know, loving yourself isn't this complicated thing that we think it is. It's really basic. And the last point I want to hit on is do things for yourself that you normally sacrifice so that you can do things for others. So let me break this down a little bit different so you can understand what I'm saying. I am saying you make room in your budget so that you can buy somebody that treat, or buy somebody that present, or take people out. Like, you make room for that in your budget. But a lot of the time you won't make that same room in your budget for yourself, which is really, 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 really bad. You matter enough to make room in your budget, in your life, for yourself, for the things that you like, for the things that you desire. Stop thinking that somebody else is going to magically bring you those things because you're doing good in this world. Yes, you're doing good in this world, and it's good to give, and it's good to share. It's good to do things for others. But if you're not doing those same things for yourself, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You are going to find that you are feeling needy, you are feeling like you lack, you are feeling like you wish somebody did something nice for you, and look in the mirror, there's the somebody. It is you. So I encourage you today, love yourself well. Take the time to listen to yourself, listen to your heart, listen to your mind, to hear what you are saying. The only time you will know that this is really what is happening in your life is if you are brave enough to take the time to do what you need to do. It is in your hands. It's not in anybody else's hands. Feeling loved, being loved, experiencing love is in your hands. Do it for yourself. Don't wait for somebody to do it, because you'll be waiting forever. So I hope this helped, and I hope you'll join me again in the future for other topics. But for now, cheerio.